Hey T Squad, it's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 12, Episode 6 review. I have some behind the scenes tea for you guys before we begin. This Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time, my interview with Tasha Lyons will be premiering on this channel. She gives me all the behind the scenes tea from episode 1 all the way up to episode 5. Everything that we have wanted to know, she's going to give us the tea on. Also, next Tuesday, you guys, me and Sharita will be dropping a teaser episode of It All Started with Wanda. It started with Wanda, child. Yes, our podcast is on the way, but we wanted to do a teaser episode to get you guys feedback on how we're going to basically put out the show, our format and all of that. So be looking out next Tuesday for a teaser episode of It Started with Wanda. It is filled with shits and giggles and laughs. I'm sure you guys are going to love it. Also, my Keisha capsule collection with Pretty Girl Parlor Curvy Teak will be dropping on June 24th, you guys. That Thursday, June 23rd, the video will drop with all of the outfits. I'm going to break everything down, give you the prices, the sizing, explain to you like how everything fits, everything. You'll get all of the tea. So be on the lookout for that video to drop on June 23rd, and the collection will drop at prettygirlparlorcurvyteak.com on June 24th. I'm so excited for you guys to see this capsule collection. Now let's get into tonight's episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh, you guys, I forgot to mention that this young lady came out on TikTok saying that she was Sutton's daughter's ex-best friend. She had a photo of herself with Sutton's daughter, like in a field somewhere. Well, she said that she's no longer friends with Sutton's daughter because of Sutton. She said that Sutton said a lot of quote-unquote racist things to her and called her like Chinese. That story that we heard last week when she said she saw her daughter sitting in the pool or whatever with a Chinese girl and a black girl, she was like, I guess that was supposed to have been about her. And she was like, first of all, I'm not even Chinese. So she made her page private after that. Sutton hasn't came out and said anything about it, so I'll keep you guys abreast on that story. And also yesterday I saw a story saying that Garcelle has not spoken to Crystal. I guess she hasn't really been liking what she's been seeing on the show. She said that she does not want to talk to Crystal, so whatever little friendship they had built is kaput once again. At this point, Crystal just needs to go because she's a flip-flopper, and I don't know about her. But anywho, let's get into tonight's episode. So we started off with the girls in Mexico. Everybody has their glam squads, getting them together except for Crystal, because she was like, she don't even like paying for her room, let alone paying for somebody else's room fees, travel fees, feeding them. And I'm looking at Erica talking about something, she downsized, but once again, you still have enough money to pay these people, pay for their trips, pay for their food, pay them to do their job. Girl, you are still in a very blessed position. I don't want to hear shit coming out of Erica goddamn mouth. So then all the ladies gather for breakfast, and Dorit comes down and she says that she didn't sleep well. She didn't sleep at all, and her anxiety is really bothering her. And it got to the point where she really wanted to go home, and PK told her to, work through it and stay. I want to feel sympathy for Dorit, but I just don't believe this story. I just really honestly don't. But just for the show's sake, I hope she gets better. Hope she's gotten better. And Erica was like, she had issues with resting as well, and she's been taking medication for it. And Garcelle was like, well, we know if you weren't on medication. And she was like, oh yes, y'all thought I was mean last season. Like, you would totally know. I would be so irritable. And Garcelle was like, borderline bully. And she was like, oh, that don't bother me. Like, you call me a bully all you want. They say the same thing about me in court. Like, I've been called worse. I don't care about being called no bully or whatever. She was like, I wear that shit as a badge of honor. And I'm looking at her like, girl, okay, I guess, Erica. Like, women are and have been labeled being bitches when they're assertive and when they stick up for themselves or whatever. But that is not the case with this. You're just being a bitch, and it's not cute whatsoever. So after breakfast, the ladies end up splitting up. Erica, Crystal, and Lisa do surfboarding, and the rest of the girls go shopping. And the girls end up at this cute little boutique called Mita Mita. And it was just so cute the way it was set up, because they had a bar right outdoors before you walk into the store, which is genius, because you get bitches liquored up and then you bring them into the store and make them spend all their goddamn money. So before they go inside, Garcelle was like, I need you guys' help with my beach house that I just bought. And everybody was like, what? Your beach house? Everybody knew. Well, not everybody knew, but Sutton knew, of course, but Kyle and Dorit didn't know. Matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know where Diana was. Maybe she went back to her room or something. I don't know. But they were so excited for her and everything. And I'm excited for her too, because like Kyle told her, even though it's small, it's something that you did on your own, and it's something that you worked hard for, which is absolutely correct. So they go inside the store and they doing shopping or whatever, and Sutton comes across this gold ring with a crystal on the inside, and it costs $5,000, child. And she bought that $5,000 ring. I'm like, girl, I could have went on Etsy, got you the same damn ring for like $30, girl. $5,000 for that, girl. You's a rich bitch. And then when Kyle told her the price, she told me, oh, that's not bad, bitch. What? I wish I was that motherfucking rich. Kyle ended up buying not only herself, but the girls some gifts in the store. And her bill came up to $8,500. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. That just tickled my spine. $8,500 in one little shopping spree. And that's like nothing to them. I thought I was doing something for my brother's birthday, and when I paid for the bill for everybody, and it was almost $1,000, shit, that almost put me in a chokehold. But I was like, God damn, bitch, $8,500. Oh, isn't that glorious? Once they get done shopping, the girls go outside and they sitting down talking, and Dorit asks Sutton, where are things with her and Crystal after their conversation the night before? And Sutton was like, we're at zero ground. And they was like, girl, you mean ground zero? She told me, oh, y'all know I don't know these things. I love Sutton. But she was like, yeah, basically we have started all over again. She was like, she likes to twist words. And Kyle was like, no, it's more than that. It's deeper than that. Like, I don't know what it is with her. So, even Kyle is side-eyeing her. Garcelle was shaking her head like she side-eyeing Crystal. I'm side-eyeing Crystal. The birds is side-eyeing Crystal. The waiters is side-eyeing Crystal. The Sanders side-eyeing Crystal. I don't know what the fuck is going on with her. Then we switch back to the other girls, and Erica asks Crystal what's going on. Erica is like, she called you a liar last night. She's never going to stop coming for you. She called you a liar, babe. She's never going to stop coming from you. And Crystal was like, I don't want any problems, doing that victim shit she liked to do. And Erica was like, I understand that, but, she started it. She invited it. I'm like, how the fuck did she invite it? She didn't invite shit. Crystal ass started all this, but I see what Erica doing. Erica is instigating, making sure that this shit continues on with Sutton, because she doesn't like Sutton and she likes to see Sutton get into it with people. That way she can figure out a way to insert herself and her issues with Sutton. And it's just like, Erica, when did you become this girl? Like, when did you become this girl? You was the girl all of these seasons that tried to stay out of, meddling and starting shit. That was always Kyle's, thing, or Dorit's thing. Now you doing it, or, Lisa's thing. I'm just so disappointed in this plastic ass bitch. She needs to be starring in a new Barbie movie, because everything about her is fake and fugazi as hell. Like, you got an issue with Sutton, okay, fine, but don't try to hype up other people to, have issues with her just because you don't like her, you pussy asshole. Crystal get the crying like she the victim, like she didn't start all of this foolishness. If she would just say whatever it is, this dark thing that Sutton so-called said, we could move forward. And Erica and Lisa are fanning the flames, telling her she got to stick up for herself or she gonna get ran over. And she crying like she on Days of Our Lives. And then here comes Diana, because she's sitting over there with them now. And she was like, I just felt so bad for her. I wanted to hug her last night. Girl, shut up, you fake ass Jaja Gabor. Ugh, I don't like her already. So back over to the other group. Kyle asks Sutton, does she see the good in Crystal because she actually feels that way, or is it because Crystal makes her nervous and she just doesn't want a problem? And Sutton was like, no, I'm not scared of her. I'm not scared of Erica. I'm not scared of anybody. She was like, I actually really do see something good in her, and I want to help her be a better person. And Kyle was like, I think it's a thing that Crystal is manipulative. And she brings up Erica's name, and she was like, because she's different from Erica. Erica is more reactive or whatever, and Garcelle agrees. Garcelle then brings up what Sutton said about Crystal's friends, saying that this is what she does. She tears people down to build herself up. And Kyle, in her confessional, says that she's heard the same things, but she has no intentions of talking about it. I'm like, girl, you talking about it now, saying that you've heard these things too, and you said like you want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but it's all matching up. I'm like, you are talking about it, Kyle. Like, what? Kyle then tells the girls that she feels like Crystal does stuff for approval because she wants to be liked so much. And that's like where the fakeness comes in at. And then back over with the other girls, Lisa in her confessional says that Crystal actually confided in her about a falling out that she had with 14 of her friends. Like she fell out with 14 girls. Now she doesn't say why Crystal fell out with these 14 girls, but I'm like, damn, like who falls out with 14 women as a grown ass adult woman? Like that's some high school type shit. What the hell did this girl do? Like what is going on? But with the way that Crystal acts on this show, I can see why she probably fell out with these groups of girls, because she takes stuff back and puts 10 on 20, and then when she's confronted, she likes to play the I don't know what you're talking about, I didn't even do anything, I'm a victim, and starts crying and shit. But then when others get to talking, they realize that, she manipulates situations, because when Garcelle confronted her about her feelings of she felt like last season, no matter what Sutton said, that Crystal was going to be like, you that girl. Sutton name didn't have to come into play about, well, she said something very dark and something deeper than that. You should have just kept it between you and Garcelle. Okay, you got an issue with me because of this. Okay, let's address that. She didn't have to throw Sutton underneath the bus. And this is why I think that she falls out with people. Erica and Crystal are then at the bar, because Erica is getting her another drink, because she's a boozy whore now, and she's telling Crystal she needs to stick up for herself. Meanwhile, Crystal's still crying, and she's like, do you think I'm an easy target? And Erica was like, no, you just gotta stick up for yourself and everything. And in her confessional, Crystal says that she was like, do I think that Erica is biased because of her issues with Sutton? Of course. But do I also think that she's just trying to protect me and wants me to stick up for myself? Yes. And I'm looking at the television screen like, bitch, you don't bit more believe that. You know damn well she hyping you up for her own fucking benefit. Get the hell out of here. And all this am I easy target bullshit, stop it. Then she gonna say that Sutton can be real relentless, and when it comes to like coming after her. I'm looking at the screen like, Crystal, you are not some wallflower. You cleared Sutton last season. You are not a scary bitch. You're not afraid of Sutton, girl. So stop it with the foolishness. And at the end of the day, how are you playing the victim like Sutton came after you and started this? You came for her. Kyle and her bomb ass curls that night FaceTimes Erica to see what's the tea, what's going on. Erica is getting glam in her room and Lisa is in her room with her. So she, they're talking or whatever, and she asks how was Crystal today. And they both was like, girl, she was crying the whole damn day, wouldn't stop crying. And Kyle is shocked. So Kyle is like, why? Like, what was the worst part for her? Like, what's going on? Them hoes started laughing. Tom's like, I don't know. I don't remember. I just know that she was crying all day. And I'm like, you bitches ain't shit. Y'all know damn well why that lady was crying. Y'all made her cry. Y'all started the bullshit. You sparked the flame. And now y'all trying to bag back like y'all ain't have shit to do with that girl crying and starting all this shit. Ooh, they are the wicked sisters of the West. I do not like them. Oh, I'll be glad when somebody is able to come on this show and take her and Lisa ass down. The ladies then gather for dinner, and I must say that I love Kyle's mint color jumpsuit with the feathers going across the breast area. I lived for Garcelle's tropical look. You know you turn to look when you come to the dinner table and the hoes get to clapping for you and have to stop what they doing to big you up. I was like, yes, Garcelle, I love that look. She looks stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Lisa brings up a book that Diana published years ago that she was featured in. It was a very sex positive book featuring like naked celebrities, models, or whatever. And she was like, tell the story about the book. And Diana was like, I think we've already discussed this. And they showed a flashback from a few weeks before at dinner where they had actually already discussed it. So Sutton was like, no, tell it again. And so she was like, no, I think that we've already, had that conversation. And in her confessional, she says that the reason why she didn't want to talk about the book is because the book took a lot of time and money. And when it came out, she got a lot of backlash. People were saying that the people in the book were like part of like call girls and prostitutes that she was basically like putting out there and pimping, and she was just like, it was just a horrible experience, so she didn't want to talk about it. And I think that she could have just said that, because the way she said it at the table, it was just like, okay, we've already done that, talked about it, I don't want to talk about it no more. So Dorit says to Lisa, did she not want to talk about it? And Lisa was like, no, she didn't. And so she was like, oh, okay. After the energy is cleared or tried to be cleared by the staff at the hotel, Kyle does what Kyle does best. She kicks shit off. So you guys, what did you guys do after surfing? Knowing exactly what the fuck happened after fucking surfing. So Erica was like, we sat around and had a conversation. And Garcelle was like, about anything interesting? She was like, yeah, about last night. And she was like, oh. She was like, yeah, I, told her that, Sutton called you a liar. And if it was me, I would have asked, who said it. And I'm like, oh, Lord, here we go with this bullshit. Erica's like, you said this about her friends and that she has this reputation. What does that mean? And Sutton was like, well, when you have this reputation for doing this amongst your friends. And Crystal was like, and you know this of me? And I'm like, girl, here you go. Here you the fuck go playing victim. Sutton is like, I've heard about it. She was like, oh, you've heard about it. She was like, yeah, I've heard about it. And there's other people at this table who have heard about it too. So Kyle and Lisa was like, yeah, we've heard about it. And so Erica was like, are you willing to say who told you this? So Sutton is like, well, they're not at this table. Erica's, well, why bring it up at all? Bitch, when did this become your problem? Huh? Why you sitting up here looking like an 80s fitness teacher? Like, girl, sit down somewhere. Always trying to make fetch happen. Like, stop it. Stop it. You have your own so-called issues with Sutton. Focus on that. Whatever it's going on between Sutton and Crystal has nothing to do with you, but you used your influence and Crystal's fucking idiotic need to be liked by you bitches as a way to put a battery in her back to start shit. And I don't like that, period. She could bring up and say whatever the fuck she want to say. Ugh. Erica's like, she said that she feels like she's an easy target and that nothing that she says is ever going to be good enough. Baby, Kyle rolled her eyes so quickly. This is the one time I fucks with Kyle. Kyle in her confessional was like, girl, I don't bit more believe that shit. Just come on and say that y'all don't like Sutton and keep it a buck. And I'm like, exactly. Like, stop it. I wish she would have just said that shit at the table and not in her fucking confessional. Garcelle then jumps in and is like, well, Crystal, you know, you need to start sticking up for yourself, because when you sit there on mute, it makes it seem like we're all ganging up on you. And she was like, well, I'm trying. Girl, this little innocent role of hers blows me. So Sutton is like, you know, well, when you continuously attacked my character, and here come Crystal, so then you attack mine. Bitch, it ain't attacking your character. This is what your friend said about you, hoe. Like, this ain't come out my ass. Sutton then apologizes to this hoe for repeating hearsay, but she tells her that I will not apologize for the fact that you have done this to me now twice. And she was like, you need to stop that. I wouldn't apologize for shit. Fuck that. Fuck her. Fuck her. Fuck her. Crystal accepts her apology and then it's like, you know, well, I'm sorry that you felt that way. And Sutton was like, no. I need for you to say you gonna stop it. And so Lisa and Erica was like, I think that's what she's trying to get to. And Garcelle at this point has had it. She was like, Erica, will you like stop, because you bugging the shit out of me. What does this have to do with you? Like, why are you all up in the Kool-Aid and don't even know the motherfucking mix? And she was like, why shouldn't I be in it? And Garcelle just rolled her eyes. And in her confessional, Garcelle was like, you know, Erica is trying to focus on everybody but Erica. She trying to be all up in everybody's business and call everybody else out. So don't nobody got to focus on her and her philandering ass, stealing ass husband. Girl, I wish she would have went even further with Erica, but I'm at least happy that Garcelle told her, you bugging the shit out of me and you doing too motherfucking much, bitch, because you drunk hoe, you and your drunk pussy, shut up. Sutton then says to her, you know, I need for you to say that you're not going to do this to me again. She was like, okay, I can say that. And Sutton was like, no, I need for you to say it out loud so everybody can hear it, that you will not do this to me again. And she was like, I will not do this to you again. And so Kyle was like, you know, I would accept that. I would take that or whatever. But I understood what Sutton was saying. Like, this is not something that's small. You're calling me a racist. This is something that could end me. So this ain't no little minuscule thing like you call me a bitch or a heifer or no shit like that. Like, you're literally insinuating that I'm racist. So yeah, bitch, I need for you to say this shit out loud, that you're not gonna say no bullshit like that about me ever again. So then Sutton was like, you know, I really do like you. Like, I want to be friends with you. And Crystal was like, you know, you say you like me, but then last night you said you hate me and like me. And Sutton was like, no, I did not say that. And here come Diana, and then somebody else at the table was like, yeah, you did. We heard you say it. The producers then back and flashed back to the night before, and she was like, I do like Crystal. As much as I hate her, I do like her. So Sutton, yeah, you did say that shit. You did say it. Maybe you didn't mean it in that way. Maybe you were just talking, but you did say that shit. So now Diana then jumped into the fray and was like, I heard you say it. I heard you. Diana is like, here she go with the sloppy words again. She's constantly contradicting herself. This bacon eating vegetarian says one thing and then says another. I now see that she's more than what I thought she was, and it's not in a good way. And I'm like, girl, why are you invested in this? Why do you care? Why are you starting with her? She has never done anything to you, ma'am. So why are you getting involved in this Jaja Gabor? Sutton is like, I'm a good person. And Diana said something back. Sutton was like, no, I'm going to continue saying what I was saying. She was like, but do you need to? She was like, yes, I'm going to continue to say what I was saying. I am a good person. And so Diana tries to cut her off again. And Sutton was like, no, you're going to let me finish. And, you know, she's pointing her finger. And here come Erica talking some Sutton, stop. You're pointing your finger in her face. Stop. Like, you wasn't the same bitch that wasn't threatening her and pointing your finger in her face last season. I know you lying. Who the fuck is Diana that she can't get a finger pointed in her face? Oh, because she the new rich bitch. You might need to borrow some money from her ass here soon for your lawyer fees. Are y'all kidding me with this shit? Then Diana, in her confessional times, I can't believe she turned on me like that. Nobody that's a stable person would do that. Now she's trying to call Sutton crazy because she checked your ass. Girl, white people are insane. Diana says to the table, she said to me that she doesn't like screaming or violence, and she's sitting here screaming at me. That lady did not scream at you. Did she elevate her voice? Yes. So Sutton at this point is like, I need a minute, because like y'all not about to play with me like this. So Kyle was like, you need somebody to go to the bathroom with you, and she was like, yeah. So she gets up to go to the bathroom. Lisa and Erica look at each other and grin like, checkmate, we did what needed to be done. And I'm like, the day you bitches get y'all just do on this show, I feel sorry for you hoes because y'all some messy bitches. So then Diana started crying at the damn table. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit the fuck up. Dory like, girl, what's wrong? Diana talks, no. Please don't draw any attention to this. Please, no. Sutton and Kyle then head back to the table. Once she's gathered her emotions, we go back to the table. Diana's still crying, and Erica Thompson, you did nothing wrong, Diana. You've done nothing wrong. And she was like, I know, thank you, I love you. And Garcelle is saying everything that we think, and she said, oh God. She said, everybody is crazy. Everybody is doing way too motherfucking much. Like, girl, what? Sutton says to Crystal, we're good. Somebody said you're not. I don't know who said it, but then she apologizes to Diana for losing her cool. Diana was like, okay, it's fine. And here come Erica. She was crying. You know that. She was crying. Yeah. Yeah. And Sutton was like, oh, okay. She was like, you know, shit happens. What the fuck you want me to do? You done made plenty of bitches on this show cry. Sitting up here looking like John Gotti with them stupid ass glasses on at the table. So Crystal, Dorit, and Diana go to the bathroom so Diana can get herself together now. And as soon as they leave, here come Kyle saying, you know, I understand that Crystal was crying all day, but you have to understand she put herself in this position. Well, why the fuck you didn't say that while she was sitting right there, Kyle? And so Garcelle was like, I 100% agree. Like, she sits there and takes everything in, and then her body language changes. She starts caving in and looking all meek and shit, and it makes it seem like we're ganging up on her, and that is not the case. And Kyle was like, I 100% agree, but that's what she wants. Basically saying she's a manipulator. But I wish you would say that shit to her motherfucking face. You should have said that shit right there at the fucking table. And of course, Erica and Lisa are sitting there on mute because I know they like kind of like probably low-key shocked that Kyle is standing in her shit like, no, I don't trust this hoe. Erica was like, so you two really believe that this Crystal is that manipulative? And Kyle was like, at first I didn't, but when I saw the behavior after hearing about what happened with her 14 friends, yeah, I do. Absolutely. 100%. And I agree with these goddamn friends too. To close the episode out, the girls come back to the table and Sutton and Crystal just agree to start over at this point. And Lisa was like, oh, lovely. Like, you fake ass bitches here. And I'm just like, this episode is a hot diggity damn mess. I give tonight's episode an A. I really truly enjoyed it. I'm over Crystal. I'm over Lisa. I'm over Erica. I don't like Diana. She can go on somewhere. Dorit actually isn't really getting on my nerves this season. I really don't believe her storyline, but at least she ain't getting on my nerves. Kyle, I somewhat like her this season. You know, Garcelle is, of course, my fave. Still riding with Sutton. Yeah, like, I'm living for this cast and this season. Let's talk down below about tonight's episode. You guys, make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.